Hi guys, the next fresh Wort kit I'm going to be doing is called Red Ember. It's a red IPA and it should end up at an ABV of 6.3%. In the kit you get base 5 fresh Wort, which is called Amber. You get 2 dry hop additions, 1 Simcoe, 1 Amarillo. You get a lax ale yeast and you also get a hop sock. Now the reason I chose to do this kit next was because I've been working away in Turks and Caicos. While over there I've been drinking this beautiful beer which is called Down the Road from Turk's Head Brewery, which is a 6% red IPA. I've not been able to get hold of this beer back in the UK. I did bring a few cans back with me, but I was hoping that this kit might simulate it, so if it does, I'll let you know. So the fermentation on this kit is pretty standard for these kits now. So it is pitch the yeast at 19 degrees, leave it to ferment for 7 to 10 days. Now I'm going to do the fermentation in the FermZilla with the wrap pill and wrap temperature control, so I'll be able to monitor the gravity readings throughout. Then once the fermentation is complete, then you need to raise the temperature up to 21 degrees to do a diacetyl rest, where I'll probably leave it for around 3 days. Then I'll drop the temperature down to 14 degrees, dump the trub, and then I'll have the dry hop additions. And I'll leave it for 3 days with the dry hops before then cold crashing, where I'll drop the temperature down to 2 degrees, where I'll leave it for 3 or 4 days before doing the close transfer into the kegs and then letting it rest for a couple of weeks before serving. So I'll let you know how it goes.
So as you can see on the red amber profile recorded on the wrap pill, the fermentation took 6 days to complete. Then I raised the temperature up by a couple of degrees to do a diacetyl rest, where I left it for a couple of days. Then I dropped the temperature down to 14 degrees, added the dry hops. I did leave it for 4 days before dropping the temperature down to 2 degrees to cold crash. As you can see, the ABV on this kit was higher than stated on the box, which ended up at an ABV of 7.13.
So the fermentation on this kit was quite vigorous. The foam actually came up through the spunding valve and came out into the fermentation chamber, made a bit of a mess, so I didn't bother doing a video of the actual fermentation. But apart from that, it was fine. So the kit's ready now, so I'm going to give it a test. So it's not completely clear, I can't see through it, but I did the cold crash for about 4 days and then I have left it for a couple of weeks after to condition, so maybe the cold crash could have been slightly longer, maybe I could have left it to condition slightly longer, but I have followed the instructions. On the nose, oh, you can smell the hops. It's much hoppier than the Sunset Ridge. You can smell that. You can smell the malt as well. So I'll give it a taste. That's lovely. That's really, really nice. It's the same fresh Wort base that was used in the Sunset Ridge, but it tastes more balanced. You can definitely taste the Simcoe and Amarillo hops that are in it, and maybe the lax ale yeast as well that's also used in it gives it a slightly sweeter flavour. And all in all, it is definitely much more balanced, rounded. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's a good kit, this. Yeah, so I rated the Sunset Ridge as a 7. This is definitely nicer. I don't know if I want to go quite up to a 9. I'm probably going to rate it as an 8, but it's very, very, very good kit. So at the start of the video, I said the reason that I was going to do this kit was because I was drinking this Down the Road beer from Turks and Caicos. So I'll give it a little bit of a try just to see how it compares. Now there's nothing in the actual instructions that say it should taste like this, but it was just because this was such a good beer I was reading the different fresh wort kits to see which one sounded like it'd be similar. Obviously, clarity wise, this one's much better, you can see through it. Similar sort of colour, both red ales. Probably this one, if I did cold crash it for slightly longer, maybe left it to condition a little bit longer, it may look something more like this. So I'll see if it tastes any similar. No, it doesn't really. This one's much more fruity, but doesn't take anything away from this kit. This kit is a really good kit and I would definitely recommend it. So I hope you join us for the next one. Thanks.